We walk in the room, heads turning around. We're the ones they talk about, never touch the ground. A little bit different, but we love the sound. Got the world in our hands and we're holding.
Hello, welcome to another exciting time. Rose Team YouTube channel. If it's your first time joining us on the YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, and share. Last class we talked about how you can create tables. To learn about different forms of table, how you can do the zebra collaboration, as what you can see on the screen right now, and how you can create tables, how you can style your tables, how you can collapse two columns, how you can collapse two rows and all. Today we'll be talking about listing, how you can create a listing on HTML. Without wasting much time, let's get straight to it. Now in listing, we have what they call the ordered list on ordered list, and we also have the description list. So let's start with the ordered list. So when you want to create ordered list, you are going to use the tag OL. OL is for the order list. And remember, opening tag, then you also have the closing tag, OL, then closing tag. Within the OL, the opening tag and the closing tag, that is where we are going to have our list. So the list, when you are creating a list of items, you are going to call them LI. LI is the tag for list. Then you are also going to close it, LI. Now, what is going to be in the list? Let's say we are going to talk about food, or let's talk about yes, food. Let's start with rice. And the second list that we'll have, we have another LI, which is the list. Let's say beans, LI. Then we'll close. And the other one, let's just make three lists. Let's call that soup. Then we'll close it, LI. Now, this is what is called ordered list. In this ordered list, you are going to notice now that every of these items, every of the listed items on the ordered list, they are going to be in numbers. Let's see it now. As you can see that it's written 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Let me take the list. Let me put it outside the table. Let me put it outside the table. Let me take it down here. Let me put it outside. I'm going to save now so that it's clear down. So you can see that the list is rice, beans, and soup is arranged 1, 2, and 3. Now, let's say, for example, I decide to say, oh, okay, I don't want to use, I don't want it to start from 1. I want this list, ordered list, I want it to start from, let's say, 12. I'll come here and I'll write start is equal to, then I'll put what starts from what 12, and I'll save. So that means that it's going to start from what? It's going to start from 12. You can see it's 12, 13, and what? 14. You understand? So now this is what it is. So if you want it to start from 12, you now write start what? 12. Do you understand? Now, let's say, for example, I don't want it to be in numbers. I want it to be in capital letters. Let's say from A. I'll just write type. Then I'll write type is equal to, then I'll put this, sorry. Then I'll put A. Then I'm going to remove this start now. You already understand that's what starts. So what that means is that it's going to start from A, B, and what C. As you can see, it started from what A, B, and what C. So that's how you create an order list. So you want to create an order list. So if you also want it to start from, you want it to be in small letters, the same way, I'll remove this A, I'll just type was A. Then immediately I save this, it's going to start from what? Small letters A, B, and what? C. So this is how you create ordered list. For example, you want to create an ordered list that is in 1, 2, 3, like that order. If you want to create a list that in orderly form, you use this method. Okay, now let's say, for example, under the rice, I want to have something like a sub of the type of rice, then what I will do is that I'll just come here and say OL, then I'll also close the OL, then I'm going to create the kind of rice, let's say fried rice. So fried rice, that's going to be what our first LI, and I'm going to save it, take that down. So let me see the other one. I'll say LI, then I'll say jollof rice, then I'll save. As you can see, what I've succeeded in doing here is to create a sub, a sub list under a particular list. Let's say that, as you can see now, that the rice, under the rice, we now have a sub under the rice. I'm trying to give description of the different types of rice which I want, which is what fried rice or jollof rice. So this is how you create ordered what list. Now let's go to the next one, which is on ordered list. So if you want to create on ordered list, you are going to use the tag UL, and you are still, let's close it at the down, UL. Now in on ordered list is just the same way. Ordered, that's OL. On ordered, that's what UL. Ordered, on ordered list is that the difference between ordered list is that this is arranged in order. But in on ordered list, we are going to be seeing, like you see something like an icon before the word. So let's see what I'm saying. Ordered, on ordered list, I'm going to say list one, LI, rice, LI, beans, LI, soup. Then I'll close it. Then what I'll do now is to close the ordered words list. Sorry, I think I've done that. Okay, I'll just take it up. So I'll save. So let's see that now. You can see now that in unordered list, you can see that it's arranged. You don't have what a circular thing. Now, by default, in unordered list, this is what you are going to see. You are going to have what a circle. It's like a small circle at the before the word. So, for example, we decide to say no, we don't want that circle. We want to change it. You understand what I'm saying? Then, if I want to change it now, if I'm using the inline styling, I'll just come here and write style is equal to style is equal to list style type. Sorry. Let's go with square first. Okay. So that's what this means is that this circle now is going to be in a square form. So we are going to save now, and let's see. You can see now that it is in a square form. It's no longer circular. So you can decide to change the type of listing that you want, the style that you want it. So let's say, for example, I want it to be in a disk form. In a disk form, I'll just click on what disk there, and I'll save. And as you can see, okay, let me see. And as you can see, it's in a disk what form? Is in a disk form. This is a disk form. And let's say, for example, I want to put it in a circle form. So we have those three forms that you can actually make your on ordered list, either disk, either circle or you put it as in what as square. You can see now the circle form. You can see the circle form now. You can see. So by default, by default is in a disk form. So you can decide to say, okay, let's make it the circle form or let's make it what the square form. So this is for the unordered list. Now let's go to the next one, which is the description list. Let's say you are you are bringing a description list where you have to describe the items that you want to get from the supermarket. So the description list, you are going to use the tag DL. DL, that is the description list. You use this tag DL, and we are going to close it at the down, which is what D what L. You understand what I'm saying? So in the DL, we are going to take the first one is going to be, so here in DL, we are not going to be using L1, LI, sorry, not L1, LI. We're not going to be using LI. We are going to use what? DT. DT, let's say the DT, we are going to use YAM. Okay. Let's say we are going to use YAM, DT. Then under the YAM, we are going to have what the DD. That's we are going to describe the YAM. You understand what I'm saying? Let's say you have red YAM. Then we have let's say we have another one, what they call let's say uh white yam. Okay. Now I'm going to save now. So you can see now that in the description list, we have yam, red yam, white yam. You can see now that in the description list, we don't have any number indicating it. It's just describing it. So when you are writing a description list, you have to use the DL, which means the description list. Then you have the DT that specifies what you are going to be describing. So let's say, for example, we want to describe another thing. Let's say C, or want to describe something like a milk. You want to say the different brands of milk. You use the DT. The milk will be the DT, while the other data, the DD, are going to be the different types of milk, the description which you are going to give to the milk. So this is all you should know about the three types of listing, which is what the ordered list, the unordered list, and the description what list. So this is for listing on in HTML. So if this has been helpful to you, please drop a like, drop a comment, and also what share. Join me as we go to the next class, which we will be talking about another topic in HTML. We have topics that we've discussed in the past, so you can go through our video series of video that we have so that you can have an in-depth knowledge on the different areas in HTML. Thank you and see you in the next class.